everybody. How you doing? How you been? What's it been? 3 months?
What?
4 months?
Are we recording right now?
We've been recording for 8 minutes.
We actually have.
Oh, welcome to podcast number 26.
26. I did that on the main channel. I did that on the Ming Chin episode because we recorded that episode too late. Anyway,
Yeah.
Hi everybody. My name is Bryce Raikens, and you're listening to another exciting episode of Sneaky Geek. And
We are. Yeah, we're here. We're still here.
We're still here. We're still alive.
We're doing another one of these episodes.
We're gonna do another one of those We're Still Alive episodes that we didn't die. What happened? Well, a lot.
Lots.
Lots. And you know, we can. Let's talk the non-geek stuff first. What happened first? I went through finals of my first semester of grad school, which then went to Christmas time, which meant sleeping a lot. And then I got really sick. Mm-hmm. And Brian doesn't seem to have the mononucleosis anymore.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. And he seems to sleep less than he used to.
Yeah.
And then I was in Bakersfield because I got really sick and was sleeping like 14 to 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
And then, after that, I moved out of my place in Pasadena.
Yeah, and we decided just to set up like a new place.
Yeah.
That we like to call
Sneaky Geek headquarters.
So that's special guest Clay Davis.
So I moved in with Brian.
Yeah, so that's a thing.
Yay!
And Clay. Because he's here too.
Clay is here too. He's our cousin Oliver.
I was here first.
Were you though? Because I've been sleeping on this couch for a long time.
Who collectively has spent more nights in this house?
Me.
Brian, because it's 6 years or something like that in this home.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so I moved down south to Garden Grove, which means that we can record all the time. So what did we do when I moved here? Nothing.
No.
We went over the yard and tore up the carpet and...
Instead, we came in and went full-on Jonathan and Drew on this place.
Or Chip and Joe.
I like Jonathan and Drew.
I like Chip and Joe.
Ebony and Ivory.
Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh, you don't watch HGTV. Anyway.
You are missing out, sir.
Anyway.
There's quite a bit on Hulu.
It's true. And I have
House
Hulu.
Hunters. Oh, yeah. The fuck did they pick house number 2 for?
You guys are the only people I know who can watch some crazy, horrible death scene, be like, that was brutal, and then make comments on the granite countertop that Brenda's looking at.
Well, did you see that shit she picked out? Like, son of a bitch!
Yeah, no, seriously, it's gonna burn. With as much as she cooks, and she clearly doesn't know what a trivet is, so it's gonna be ruined.
And those damn kids in the house running around like...
Way too many damn kids. She's gonna forget about something and leave it on the counter.
It's only a matter of time before she puts Pyrex on the counter, on the stovetop.
Exactly.
Only a matter of time before she puts Pyrex on the countertop. That might have happened, not because of any of us, thankfully, because we are intelligent human beings who make intelligent choices. Anyway, so I moved in with Brian, and now we're over here at SGHQ, and we can record all the podcasts once we start getting done with all of the renovation things that we've been doing.
Yeah, there's a lot.
We revarnished the floor in my bedroom.
We also sanded it.
We also sanded it for a day, which required 45 pounds of weight to be sat on top of it. And at one point, I may or may not have sat on said sander while Brian pushed me.
We have picture and video evidence we may or may not post. Stay tuned.
So, now that the house is starting to get together, and now that we have successfully missed, 6, 7 major geek films that have come out that we didn't even...
And
remotely
TV shows
look into TV shows, new seasons coming out.
Ugh, we're behind.
What? Okay, let's see. A new season of Punisher came out.
Yeah.
A new season of Daredevil came out.
Sure did.
A new season of Runaways came out.
Not in any of this order. We're just spotting stuff.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee. Oh, so good.
Aquaman happened.
Still haven't seen
Mortal Engines.
Oh, I still need to see that.
Yeah.
Happened.
That's at the top of the
Captain Marvel happened. Venom happened, and we did record a podcast about it, and we spent most of it being very upset and angry, so we're not entirely sure how exactly to handle that, because it's not exactly the happiest of podcasts.
Yeah, it's not the sneaky geekiest episode.
By no means.
It is, but it isn't. We'll figure that out.
A Doctor Who New Year's special came out.
We still haven't watched that.
We still haven't watched it, nor have we recorded anything for actual Doctor Who's first, season back after their hiatus.
Yeah. Had no idea that it would be so short.
Yeah, it was very short. It was very good.
Yeah.
I bawled like a baby at the end of one of those episodes.
Yeah.
Clay was there.
I was there.
Golly, what else? That's 10 major things. Oh, and Into the Spider-Verse came out.
Oh, it was amazing.
I saw it twice.
Yes, and I cried both times Stan came out.
Oh, yeah, that was rough.
That was so good.
I don't think I've seen anything on the list that you just made.
Well, I've been crazy busy with school, so I actually have only seen 1 to 2 episodes of all 3 of the TV series seasons that I mentioned.
I just started Punisher and finished episode 1 like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't seen Punisher yet?
But you know what has happened?
She's due.
Even though I've been very bad about going to the movies,
Game of Thrones.
I am completely 100% caught up on Game of Thrones.
Yes.
And what a blessing that is to be able to freely talk about Game of Thrones in my own home. It's indescribable, to be honest.
Oh, it's so nice.
It's liberating in a way.
It really is.
No, it's great. I'm getting all sorts of memes that were actually subtle, and I'm able to look at other memes without being upset that they're spoiling things again.
Yeah. We caught you up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Once you really got to it, you burned right through it.
Oh, yeah.
You really did.
So I hadn't watched season 3 intentionally. Like, I had avoided it because I wanted to get through the book. So I started, but when I did realize, I'm more than halfway through the book. I can probably watch a couple episodes. Yeah. I realized how out of order and how much it was starting to deviate from the original books.
Yeah.
Once that happened, that got me through season 3 relatively easily. I was working on that music video in January when I was doing production design. Mm-hmm.
Was this the ropes?
This was the ropes, yeah. When I had made a giant series of nets in Brian's living room, which is now our living room. Anyway, in the process of that, that was when I watched season 4.
Right.
And, I'm coming back from, I don't know, I think it had probably been 6-7 months since the end of season 3, which is a garbage season ender, but Red Wedding's just before it. So that's really, it was almost like a recovery period.
It really was.
I watched the last 2.5 discs of that 4-disc season in one night.
Yeah.
I remember.
Oberon's fight with the mountain.
Woo, yeah.
Happened at 5 a.m. while I was just standing there at the television. I had not even done anything with the rope for 10 minutes as I just stood there in shock.
Hell yeah.
And then I watched season 5 pretty quick because I was trying to catch up for Clay and Victoria.
Yes.
And then we watched...
My girlfriend.
Yeah, because you guys were in season 6 rewatching, right?
We'd burned through season 6. We wanted to watch season 7 with Bryce.
Yeah, same.
And you had asked that I specifically watch the season finale of 6 with you.
Yes.
And so we had Destiny come over, who is our Game of Thrones buddy. And
our Game of Thrones connoisseur, if you will.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But and everybody was in here, and I was yelling at that television like I was by myself. It was great.
Yeah.
That was a very upsetting time. And then I walked around in a sad stupor for the next 3 days as Clay kept telling me to move
snap
on
out of.
It was so upsetting.
So we'll probably do an episode leading up to the new and final season.
Fuck yes.
We'll see if we can get around for that. Stay tuned. We also caught Bryce up on the Wolverine movie.
Yeah, I finally saw the Wolverine. I had seen Logan, and I had not seen... And we watched the special edition, right?
Yes.
What makes the special edition special?
10 minutes of extra ninja fighting.
Oh, I mean... Oh, okay.
And blood. And F-bombs.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
The Wolverine was really good. I was really glad, because I was worried it was going to be kind of crappy.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't like it. And I see why, but I don't care because it's Wolverine fighting ninjas and shit.
Is that the third Wolverine movie?
For it either.
Is that the third Wolverine movie or the second one?
Second. So you watched them out of order.
What's the third one?
Logan.
Okay, for some reason in my head I had this thought that there was another one.
Nope.
What's the first one?
We don't really like to talk about that.
No, I had included Days of Future Past.
Oh, okay. Because that was basically a Wolverine movie. Yeah. which I also loved.
That's a good one. It's a really good one. I loved how much Jean Grey was involved in the Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
And I like the direction they took the Silver Samurai. That was a really interesting
That's
twist.
the big part that a lot of people hated.
Really?
Big giant robot kind of thing.
I mean, it's not the best the way they could have gone with it. Like, but if you want a full-on, like, Ronin Wolverine story, it would have had to come out when Logan came out, when the world was ready for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that's why Logan did as well as it did, because we were ready for that, which is why I think I have my mixed feelings about Captain Marvel. But that's another podcast.
That's a whole nother podcast. Which we're going to get to.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
I'm looking at like the checklist up on the whiteboard as if it's going to help me, and all it's telling me is to mop and consolidate my
roommate
cookware.
stuff, finishing touches, dining room. Anyways.
Bathroom. Got a Brasso the Fox. I bought Brasso today, by the way. You guys don't care about that. Okay, well.
So we also watched the Transformers
Oh my god, we've been watching so many Transformers movies.
So, okay. What had happened was Bryce borrowed a bunch of movies from his parents, and in that selection was most of the Transformers movies?
Well, okay, so I've only ever seen Transformers 1.
Yeah.
I missed Transformers 2 in theaters, and so I never went and saw the other Transformers movies because I wanted to actually watch them all.
Yeah.
And at one point, when I was still dating Danielle, I tried to watch them with her, and she fell asleep during the first Transformers movie every single time we tried. Oh. So I've seen the first Transformers movie like 40 times now. It's not great.
No.
Megan Fox was very much in the learning stages of her acting career, and frankly, after I finally watched episode 2, the second movie, she might still have been in that phase. But
did she ever leave it?
I heard Jennifer's Body was really good.
Oh, I don't know. I did hear that too, though.
But and I liked her in New Girl.
I didn't.
She was okay in Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, she's good in Ninja Turtles. I haven't seen the second Ninja Turtle movie. Man, we're on a Michael Bay kick right now.
I feel dirty.
So,
where's that solar flare, lens flare going? Oh, there it is. There it is.
Right between our faces.
Yeah. Why is that camera so low? Whatever. It makes me look bigger.
It's on a dolly. It's fine. We just let it go past.
Yeah.
Where's that? Make sure the American flag's behind you.
Yep. That acoustic song? Oh, we're set. We're good.
Hey, that robot just landed on the ground. I guess a shooting blast of water needs to come out, or sparks, or both.
Yep. Oh, another explosion? Oh, sparks first.
Sparks first, now first. Fire. Everything has wiring, and it's all faulty. That's why the Michael Bay universe has such rampant robot problems. It's because nothing's wired properly.
Connected. Yeah.
Anyway, so I brought over a bunch of DVDs I hadn't watched, including Transformers Dark of the Moon, Transformers
Revenge of the Fallen,
and a bonus Transformers DVD, which was called Transformers Beginnings, which I was pretty dopey. It's pretty dopey. Are you fucking kidding me? I was pretty freaking excited about. And it's not great.
No.
It's essentially a flash animation of existing comic pages.
It was a comic book that came out, the prequel that came out.
With not great voice acting.
No.
Had I been a 6-year-old boy wanting more details about Transformers, I probably would have enjoyed it. In that I was getting more Transformers information.
Yeah. Oh, you're not? A 6-year-old boy wanting more details?
Transformers information? No, I'm a 31-year-old man trying to get more Transformers information.
Okay.
With the heart of a 6-year-old boy, which I'm told I'm legally allowed to have. So
it's kind of weird, but okay.
You know, I think it makes the desk look complete. Anyway, we went and watched that. It was not good. Then we watched Transformers 2: Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah. Funny story about that. When I saw it in the theaters, it got to about 5 minutes into the final battle, and the film literally burnt up. And they gave us a free ticket to come back and watch it.
Wow.
Yeah, which I was just like, I had to see through this shit again. Like, I don't...
I gotta say, I didn't hate Transformers 2, but it definitely was... It was... I don't know, I see the problems, but I also like Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. And you know what? I didn't... On this last rewatch, I didn't hate it as much as I used to. So maybe it's... I know what's coming from a Michael Bay movies, and I just kind of went with it.
Yeah. I also had a major preface of everyone complaining there was too much human plot. And I liked...
There's way too many humans for a Transformers movie.
I liked the human plot of it. I liked that he was in college and trying to adjust and everything, and I enjoyed that, but I also felt like there were times... I didn't enjoy his parents and how much they were involved. and them getting like shipped to Egypt or whatever.
Yeah.
But I much more enjoyed John Turturro in that one than I did in the first one.
Yeah.
Not as much as I enjoyed him in the third one, which is great.
Yeah, I guess.
The third Transformers movie is fantastic.
It was a hell of a lot better than I remember it being.
It was fun. I mean, first of all, you know what you're getting because you're going into a Michael Bay movie.
A third Transformers
and you're
Michael
like,
Bay
okay,
movie.
we know what's happening.
Yeah.
Second, Leonard Nimoy is
solid.
Great. Leonard Nimoy sings the original Bilbo Baggins song. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
He's also Spock, you know. For your information, Clay, I'm telling Clay these things. This is a podcast, and I'm explaining to Clay, and I think he knows all of these things. Actually, he's looking at me.
I know who Leonard Nimoy is. Yeah,
he's looking a little upset. Anyway, so Leonard Nimoy being a Transformer was super cool. Mm-hmm. The devastation was actually a serious thing. You're like, oh, people are legit dying. That's great. I mean, it's awful news for the people in the film, but it's great news for anybody who regularly complains about Age of Ultron having no deaths happen except for like 6 scientists. Bryce does that. Bryce does that all the time because Bryce really was frustrated with Age of Ultron. So yeah, actual devastation. It felt like the world was possibly going to end. No idea when the Transformers were coming back because we watched them blow up.
Yeah.
You know, it was a rough time.
And then plot twist!
And then I swore very loudly when bad things happened because people were like... At one point, a bunch of them, you know, blow up and just kind of disappear, a la, you know, Cosmic Cube... Or not Cosmic Cube, but Tesseract-powered weapon. You know, oh, poof, there they go. And then a skull rolls out of the freaking ashes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for when I'm looking for someone who's going to end the world. Ultron.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that happened, and that movie was great.
Infinity War must have been a field day for you.
Oh, it was marvelous.
Don't.
I see what you did there.
I didn't even mean to. Yeah, no, it was great. Yeah, so then we watched the fourth Transformers movie. Twice.
Well, yeah, I got halfway through it and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to bed. So I went to bed.
So for just a visual representation of how this happened, Transformers 3 was on. I was at the edge of this couch and I swore the F word like 3 different times because like just shit was going down in the Transformers movie. I was so excited that the next day I was like, we can't watch the next Transformers yet. Like, I need a few days to process because this was so exciting for me.
Quick sidebar, how do you not swear the F word?
Did I say...
You said I swore the F word.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, sometimes I go, oh, fuck.
And other times.
And other times, like when I was watching it, I went, oh, fuck! Which and just is...
That one's the swearing?
Definitely.
All right,
definitely. Well. If I'm in front of children and I go, oh, fuck, you know, they might think that I'm saying pretty poetry. It's all about delivery, Clay.
Fair enough.
It's all about delivery.
And
this is why I always Postmates my swear words.
What? Okay. You having it delivered to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, they can't all be zingers. The next film we watched was Transformers 4.
We'll edit that out.
The next Transformers we watched was Transformers 4. And I got up and organized things and cleaned and washed dishes mid-movie because I was so...
Bored.
Bored.
And out of it. No, yeah.
I could not stand Marky Mark's daughter. I could not stand Marky Mark's daughter's love interest. I like Marky Mark.
I mean, what's not to like?
I like T.J. Miller until he like made a really dumb error and his like
not the bomb
getting bombed thing in the when he gets the he turns into metal or whatever. Yeah. I was like, can we do that to like a bajillion Chicagoans or Beijingians? I don't know what the word is for a native Beijing citizen.
Chinese? Maybe?
Clay, can we not be racist right now?
You said Beijingians.
I said Beijingians because they don't have a soft zh in Chinese, you racist.
All right, just because I'm not a linguist doesn't mean I'm a racist. Fucking linguist.
Anyway, watch that one. Great. Wasn't a great movie.
No.
And then Brian had to watch the rest of it today.
Yeah. I'm like...
So that we could watch the next Marky Mark movie tonight.
Yeah, which I haven't seen, so... Yeah. But I did watch Bumblebee when it came out, and that was... amazing.
Really?
That was so good.
I'm very excited.
And then they announced after the movie came out that, because it's a prequel, that it's not actually a prequel, it's a reboot.
So we never have to watch that weird cubes flying transformation again.
God, I hope not. But, luckily, Michael Bay's only executive producing. He's not actually producing or directing, which will be fantastic.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. That is really, really good. Not that I didn't enjoy... Like, I mean, he clearly can make a film that I like. Yeah. He only did a few Michael Bay-y things in the third one. Like, there's a few sweeping shots, but not nearly as many. There's no, like, hey, we're going to kiss at the end of this. Let's aim it so that we have the sun going down right between our faces. You know, at one point in the last movie, like, Kelsey Grammer, like, is standing there looking up.
He's in the movie.
And you can't even see his face because the lens flare. Like, people give shit to J.J. Abrams for lens flares.
But at least you can see what's happening on screen.
Yeah! Like, this is out of control lens flare problems. Yeah. And it's always the sun, because he shoots everything at dusk.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine his films happen very quickly, because the dude lives in Magic Hour, but only if he can, like, exhaust Magic Hour. I've never been sick of Magic Hour before, and I was so over Magic Hour. Hang on.
Please explain
Magic Hour.
Wait, on like the fourth Magic Hour, I was like,
how many times? This isn't even a real word anymore. Magic Hour is that time when the sun is just low enough that it's not like a big bright white ball in the sky and it's more of a yellowy ball in the sky. It's when sunset happens, basically.
Yeah.
It's really good because it makes for softer shadows on faces and such, and everything's really nice and evenly lit. Gives you that nice Rembrandt shadow without being... Rembrandt shadow is a regular shading, lighting, basically light source angle that Rembrandt used. Anyway, I'm not explaining any more film crap because honestly I should just let Logan and Devin do that sort of thing.
That's a different podcast.
And that is
Film
also
door.
a different podcast. Anyway, yeah.
So news-wise, Star Wars Land is opening May 31st here at Disneyland. I say here at Disneyland. It's like 2 miles up the road. That's how close we are.
Yeah. Yeah, because we can hear the fireworks in our house.
Yeah. But yeah, Star Wars Land, I tried not to read a whole lot about it because I want to be surprised when I get in there. I did see some merch, and I'm like, all about it.
Yeah, we got an animatronic Hondo, which looks super legit. We love Hondo. Oh my gosh,
Hondo is,
it's March.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got less than 2 months, buddy.
No, we got less than a few weeks before, and I don't know if you've heard this, Clone Wars is coming back.
Oh, I don't care.
Is it coming out next month?
Isn't it supposed to be out in March?
No.
You told me March. I'm listening to you.
Remember this.
Clone Wars is supposed to be back in March. They were saying March.
No, they haven't set a date yet because it's going to be out on Disney Plus and it's not out. Fact check!
Anybody out there excited for the Amazon Lord of the Rings series?
Fuck yes!
That's what I'm in for. I'm more of a high fantasy guy. So the Transformers talk.
Oh my Jesus Christ! They're now saying late 2019.
Right.
No. Yeah. You told me it was going to be around March.
I'm gonna like this.
Back in November.
I'm gonna like this kid.
So yeah, Clone Wars is coming back.
Yeah, Clone Wars will come back at some point. One day, maybe, perhaps. But Clone Wars is coming back, which has
Hondo.
Which has Hondo in it. Some bullshit is happening on this fucking website that I've accidentally thought was a safe one to go to. I hate the internet. Okay, so Clone Wars is coming back, and that looks really exciting. Because Hondo is in Clone Wars, and Hondo's also in Star Wars Land.
Yeah, there's a full animatronic of the dude.
He looks like they just ripped the skin off of Jack Sparrow and then put a Hondo skin on him, to be perfectly honest.
I don't care. Makes it more brutal. Hondo does not fuck around.
He doesn't. Except for when he does.
Yeah, which is hilarious. Oh, Hondo shenanigans.
What else?
That Lord of the Rings show.
We got a Lord of the Rings show on Amazon.
They just announced, I don't know if you saw it, that they're going to do it in the Second Age of Man.
Yes, I heard. So no Aragorn, no Fellowship. Which I personally am very excited about.
Yeah, because
it doesn't get enough coverage.
Yeah.
Tolkien created this huge world, and it's all about the history and the land and the lore.
Yeah.
And Lord of the Rings, beautiful as it is, amazing as it is, covers, like, at most, like, 100-year span.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe 180 if you cover, like, the life and death of Aragorn.
Yeah.
But that world's been around for thousands of years, and I'm super excited to see...
What age of man does the Fellowship happen in?
Third Age.
The Third Age.
Yeah,
okay, so is the Second Age the War of the Ring, or does that happen in the First Age of Man?
No, that's in
the Forging of the Rings is in the Second Age.
Okay, yeah.
So the intro of Fellowship is the Second Age, the end of the Second Age.
So Smeagol and Deagle and all of that stuff happens.
Who's Deagle?
Isn't that his friend's name?
Yeah, Deagle is Smeagol's
right.
cousin who he strangles to steal the
That's
ring
right.
from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on the cover of a book called Smeagol, Deagle, and the Beagle. Fun fact. I did an underwater photo shoot back in my 20s, and it's a series of essays by the guy who wrote The Last Unicorn, I think. But that's the only reason I remember what Deagle's name is.
Got it. All right.
So yeah, there's my not even remotely humble brag. I'm on the cover of a book. It's on Amazon. It's audiobook only, actually, so it's not even technically a cover. It's actually just the first picture you see before you see real words, so you will click past it quickly. Anyway,
It's budgeted to be the most expensive TV series in history with a budget of, I just saw, $250 million.
Wow, what's Game of Thrones?
I don't know.
It's been...
I don't know yet.
I mean, if it's more than Game of Thrones, that means we can have wolves and dragons in the same episode.
I mean, to be fair, we've already had White Walkers and dragons in the same episode.
I just feel like freaking Ghost should be in every episode all the time.
I still feel hesitation talking about Game of Thrones in front of you. There's just that nagging feeling of like, what can I talk about?
Yeah, everything.
Anything.
Spoilers, we're probably going to talk about a little bit about Game of Thrones.
That's true. We should probably
things. Yeah.
spoiler alert on this. By the way, that's more my realm of...
You're a fantasy guy. You don't like sci-fi.
I don't really do the Transformers. I appreciate Star Wars. I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah.
Marvel is definitely like as close to sci-fi as I really get into. I really
because there's so many different things going on within the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
You can...
Sci-fi is super hit and miss for me. Like, I loved Arrival. That's very sci-fi.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen Arrival.
I haven't seen that.
I love the Cloverfield movies. I love like even the ones that people say like it was supposed to be another movie and then they just slapped Cloverfield on. I love all those movies.
No, I really enjoyed the Cloverfield Paradox.
I think you saw it.
I saw
That's right, we did
most of it.
this.
Yeah.
I think what bothers me about Star Wars is that they've created, it's very similar to Tolkien. It's this enormous universe with such a huge history, and we're going to focus right here. And then, when we make new movies, we're going to do the same thing we did in the first series.
Yeah.
All over again. We're not going to talk about the Force Wolves. We're not going to talk about, like, the Sith and the Jedi as a religion, but we are strictly going to keep them in this is how they affect the government.
It really bugs me.
That said, they've done a lot better than they used to about, like, other Force users that aren't...
Yeah.
They've been really good
Sith.
about that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, they have. Like, in Rogue One,
The new canon.
There's, what is his name? Chirrut is a, they're, like, Force sensitive.
I never even...
And he's, like, an actual monk of sorts.
Yeah.
That is meant to be a guardian of the
Wills.
Mm-hmm. Wills, not Wells. I was going to say Wells, and I'm like, he's not guarding Wells.
No.
I mean, he might. I don't know.
I mean, they might have wells over there.
I should hope so. They need water.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's just so...
But they've been better about that.
There's just so much that they can delve into.
Oh, there totally is.
And as someone who, like, we've been watching the Game of Thrones discs, and we've been watching them with the extra features.
Ooh,
so every time something comes up, we can learn the history, we can learn the lore, we can learn about all that. And that's what I love about Game of Thrones is they're so in depth and they'll go into all the history.
Yeah,
and all that.
that's...
And Star Wars, there's just so much to talk about, but instead we focus on the same thing.
And that's what's been bugging me about it the last couple years.
I almost... Go ahead.
Yeah. Let's say, because with the expanded universe, in before Jen goes, fanfic, because it technically is now. But the old expanded universe goes back to Knights of the Old Republic, which is like 10,000 years before, and it focuses on the religion.
Right. So before they became legends,
yeah,
which they now use as kind of a basis for what they talk about within the main canon that exists now, like back before Star Wars got bought by Disney, back before you got into Star Wars in any capacity, there was a massive expanded thing, and that's all they focused on. They barely ever went back to the original trilogy for stories.
Or they went like 30 years into the future or 150 years into the future, past Return of the Jedi.
But like a lot of the really good like content took place with Old Republic stuff or way into the future stuff or like young Quinlan Vos kind of stuff, Age of the Republic. And they're slowly getting further and further away from the original trilogy with their canon right now, but they're having to reestablish a lot of the stuff that they established with the original Thrawn trilogy. When they first started pushing out a consistent canon of expanded universe, they only did it within like the same lifetime of Luke and Han and Leia.
Yeah.
So like they're kind of just taking the same route they did last time. I wouldn't be surprised if we go considerably further, 10 years from now.
Hopefully. Although with Rian Johnson's new trilogy, we don't really know where it's going to take place, but there's rumors it's going to be like Old Republic status.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
And we have Mandalorian coming out.
Mandalorian.
Which we haven't even talked about.
That's why...
I think it's supposed to be after Return of the Jedi, but I'm not positive.
Yeah.
But we'll learn more about that, I'm sure, in Star Wars Celebration next month.
Yeah.
We're going to get all sorts of news and trailers with that. Kind of bummer not going but whatever.
And that's what I was going to say was, that's why I almost prefer... Oh, I'm going to get a lot of enemies. That's why I almost prefer the prequels. Because we're not just blowing up another Death Star. We're not...
Yeah?
There's the enemy. We barely survived. We blew up the base. Credits roll. Like, there's some weird stuff. Yeah? Solo is my favorite Star Wars movie. Because which is weird because it's a Western in a sci-fi setting. I don't prefer sci-fi. I don't like almost any Westerns. But you put those together, makes an amazing movie.
Which is why you need to watch Cowboy Bebop.
Ooh.
I've been told.
It's so good.
I love the Star Wars universe, and that we see the what is it, the Crimson Sun?
Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn, and we see the kids. I don't know what they're called. The kids. Every time they came on screen, the choir was like, "Hi, Shy, I don't know."
Oh, Infus Nest.
Yeah.
Infus Nest, yeah.
That was cool. Crimson Dawn was cool because I'd never heard of any of those things.
Some new
I'm
things.
sure they were around. Now.
Not really.
No.
That was...
Crimson Dawn, yes.
Yeah.
That's
Crimson
an
Dawn.
old held out from the Clone Wars. Mm-hmm. Arguably some of the best story work in the Clone Wars outside of like that one clone squadron or like delving into the Force a little bit deeper.
Some of the Jedi stuff, yeah.
The really, really deep Jedi stuff.
Which also I'm super on board to see.
As far as overarching
sounds like we're
plot
gonna watch
stuff,
Clone Wars next.
Yeah. Overarching
Which I'm
plot
already
stuff,
watching.
though, is some of the best stuff is what happens with like the crime syndicates and things like that towards the ending.
Yeah,
I'm really going.
So I'm rewatching Clone Wars right now, and they're getting to the bounty hunter stuff. It's got Aura Singh, and it's got young Boba Fett, who's voiced by the original dude.
Yeah, he has that awful lisp.
I guess.
I don't like the voice of Boba Fett in the show. He's the one voice in that entire show I don't like. And remember, I used to dislike what's his name, Wolf Yularen. Now I love Wolf Yularen. Like when something starts and it doesn't have him being like a galaxy in peril. Yeah. Like I'm like, oh wait, where's Wolf Yularen to tell me what's going on?
Yeah.
Nose on the march.
Yeah.
I was really sad when Legend of Korra didn't keep doing that into seasons.
Oh yeah.
Because they didn't do that in season 3, did they? I don't think so.
How many seasons is that show?
5, 4,
3 or 4.
There's the one with Amon, with Steve Bloom as the main bad guy. Then there's Harmonic Convergence. And then there's Life After Harmonic Convergence. And then there's the last season, which I don't know anything about.
That's as long as Avatar.
Avatar was 3 seasons.
Avatar was 3 seasons?
Yeah, it's book 1, 2, and 3. Book 0 is Air. And he lived that life out already.
Yeah. It's longer than Avatar?
Yeah.
Weird.
It's really good. I didn't finish season 3, though.
4 seasons.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Avatar beginning to end. I loved it. It was
you never finished Avatar? I am
no,
so
I've
down
seen,
to go through Avatar.
No, I've seen it. I've seen the final. I've seen the first. I've seen the last.
But have you seen Leaves on the Vine?
My cabbages?
My cabbages!
I know my cabbages.
No, Uncle Iroh, like, going to the tree?
Maybe.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall. No? Oh, dude.
I don't remember it. So it sounds like we're gonna watch it.
It's the one. It was the one that they released right after Mako passed away. Mako, the voice of the original voice of Uncle Iroh. It's when he goes and visits his son's.
That's right.
Place.
Oh yeah.
Wait, the voice actor for Iroh changes in the show?
Mm-hmm. He dies and the guy who replaced him also, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't think I am, he's become the Mako replacement actor. So when they brought back Samurai Jack, they hired him to be Aku.
Oh wow!
Ah, cool.
Right on.
Yeah.
Fun facts. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Fact check real quick, just to be sure.
You know what I'm excited to get into? Because I just cleared with Victoria and she says she doesn't want to watch them with me. I'm going to start doing the Studio Ghibli movies.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I've only seen Spirited Away. I loved it, even at a young age. I loved it.
Yeah, I remember watching it, being impressed with it.
Someone put on Howl's Moving Castle at work, and I was trying to ignore it because I want to watch it in a vacuum. I want to be alone with, like, food and just watching that.
With no one
rather than, like,
you.
Walking in and out of
I haven't seen any of them, so whenever you want to throw them on, let me know.
I don't have any.
Have you never seen Princess Mononoke?
No.
The English version's got Billy Bob Thornton.
Nice.
And Gillian Anderson, too, I think.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I've been meaning to watch more anime lately, because I watched a little bit growing up here and there, and then I, like, fell out of it, and then got more into it, and then fell out, and then with the Netflix stuff, I started getting into it again, and started watching the Gundam Unicorn on there, and...
Is Gundam Unicorn any good?
I'm digging it, but the first few episodes, I'll admit, like, I had other things going on that was just distracting me, so it was kind of on in the background. But, I'm down with Gundam, so... And they just announced the live-action Gundam movie.
They did. I thought for sure that Guillermo del Toro already did that, but apparently not.
Nope. Apparently, yeah. Also, I need to...
You haven't seen the second Pacific Rim?
Yeah. Shit.
I did see the first Pacific Rim movie, like, in December. I've been catching up. I've been getting all the things that I missed.
Yeah. I need to start my list.
Yeah.
I'm hesitant to watch anime because I don't know. There's a thing about I don't know. There's just a thing about people that watch anime that like it's only ever one type of person.
Welcome to Sneaky Geek, the show, the podcast all about watching things and liking things and being afraid to tell people you do because of the other type of people who like them.
Yep.
I know, and that's why I was hesitant to say it at all, is because, like, the reason I'm hesitant to watch anime is a stupid reason.
But, I mean, it's not invalid. It's not uncommon.
No, and we talk about it a bunch on previous episodes where, like, it took me all to get into Doctor Who because of certain people, and same thing with the anime, and then Tate, like, slowly got me into them, which is cool, and sometimes he got a little too excited, which made me, like, step away a little bit, and then I'd get back into it, and yeah.
Yeah, and that's a common thing when you have like a fan group. Like I got into Steven Universe episode 9. Had I known what the Steven Universe fandom acts like now before I started watching it, it would have taken a lot to get me to turn that on. Because like Steven Universe panels at cons, it's like weird giant group therapy sob stories. It's awful. and their fans can be so like aggressively emotional. Don't get me wrong, be in touch with your emotions, but like it's almost in like a selfish way in that they like kind of make things about them that aren't necessarily about them.
Yeah, we had discussed this earlier about how you thought that there should be 2 panels, one for genuine questions and one for people who want to share the sob stories that Steven Universe provided.
Yeah, because I want to hear, you know, what plans are with various things or ask what motivations were, and instead I have to hear my son didn't have friends, or this show saved my life, and it's just every one of them, and I'm like, dude, like I value you and I appreciate your struggle. Like, can you not waste my time in this panel right now though? Because I kind of waited in a line that went around an entire hotel building. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And so, had I known that, I would not have gotten into it. But I did, and in that, and then of course, I'm pretty aggressive about how much I like that show. Like, I'm like, dude, you gotta see this show. It's so good. But like,
which would stop me from watching it for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I got into it, kind of.
I mean, it's a slow process. You're about to get to the point where things are actually like really, really moving. But like, it's kind of there have been points where you've reached out and said, yeah, the next episodes you're coming up on are kind of filler. You probably can skip them. Yeah. And I've been able to kind of do that with you for Steven Universe. There's not a ton of them because, unfortunately, they sneak a little something in there.
Yeah.
But there have been 1 or 2 where I've been like, we're skipping this.
Yeah.
You don't need to see this. It's not worth it. Although I did make you watch Onion Gang, which I kind of regret, but also it was weirdly foreshadowing. Yeah. And I was like, I didn't even notice that this was foreshadowy, but, when that happens, you'll be like, oh, that was what that was? I still don't remember it. And I'll be like, good, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry I made you watch Onion Gang. Anyway, so we're back, and we're going to talk about things in a more concentrated and focused manner when we have things to talk about in a more concentrated, focused manner.
Which we do. So now we have to actually get it scheduled down.
But we've gotten through most of our, fix up the house and make it nice to-do list.
Most of the things that have prevented us from sitting down and actually getting a podcast done are pretty much out of the way, for the most part.
Yeah. I have midterms next week, so God only knows how much I'll be able to do next week. But we should be able to get more stuff out and be out a little more regularly.
Yeah. We got WonderCon coming up. Well, I have WonderCon coming up. I don't know if you bought your badges yet.
I was hollering out to you from the shower, telling you that I wanted you to buy my badge and I was going to Venmo you. Oh. And you yelled out, take your shower!
Well, because...
and I was like,
for like 10 minutes, you were like, I'm going to go take a shower. And then for another 10 minutes, you're like, random stuff kept coming on and you kept telling me a story and like, I'm going to go...
I had a very good day.
A little bit. And then you came out again... And then went back in the bathroom.
And then I came out and said, Bryce, are you going to take your shower? Because I need to take a shower.
Yeah. So then I closed my door and I hear this, Brian, come out. I need to tell you something. I'm like, go take your shower, dude.
And then I was like, I'll just text you.
And then
I forgot to text you.
So anyways, I'm going to WonderCon.
I will hopefully be also going to WonderCon.
Good. It'll be a good time. So if anybody else is going to WonderCon, let us know. We'll meet up.
Yeah, hit us up. We'll probably bring our little Bob Barker microphone.
Yes, we will.
We have two of them now. Yeah.
I don't know why, but you said we're probably going to bring our little... I thought you were going to say me for some reason.
Our little clay along.
Our little clay.
See what he likes.
Me on a leash.
It'll be a harness.
This is a con? Wow. Yeah, for those listening, I've never actually been to a...
Oh, we got to put you through your con mitzvah.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Clay's con mitzvah. Anyway, so Clay's here. And lives in the house, so he'll be here a little bit more often.
Yeah.
In fact, up on our board of things to do around the house, it says "Fixing Up SGHQ" with special guest Clay Davis.
I like that.
Despite the fact that I've lived here a few years more than you.
Yeah, I mean, I moved in January, but whatever. Anyway. Yeah. So thanks for listening.
Anything else going on, guys?
I work sort of for a comic book shop now.
Yeah.
I have been producing the weekly What's Up for our comic book shop where we have our polls.
Yeah.
Which is the comic book hideout over on Commonwealth in downtown Fullerton.
DTF for those in the know.
Currently owned and always has been owned and will be owned by our lovely friend of the podcast, Glynis.
She's so cool. Hi, Glynis.
We do love Glynis.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that, which has allowed me to actually pick up and flip through more comics lately, which is nice because I'm down there all the time.
Yeah.
So when I'm not going through all of my... I mean, this whole episode has been, what have you been reading and looking at lately? But I picked up Mr. and Mrs. X and read issue 8 just randomly off the shelf while I was waiting for... Glynis to take care of a few customers, and I am in it. Oh my gosh!
Bust out the last 8.
Yeah,
maybe the wedding issue 2.
Yeah, I actually really would like to read that led up to all the things that happened. But yeah, Mojo, which I haven't read a comic with Mojo in it. I don't know ever if I've actually ever read him. I think I only know who he is because of TV show and an action figure that I have of him, which is pretty great.
Pretty cool.
And then I have occasionally picked up, but I haven't done a whole lot with it. I'm still working through American Gods.
Oh.
What about you?
Well, I bought me a Switch back on Black Friday. Mm-hmm. So I've been playing some Let's Go Eevee. So good.
Oh my gosh.
Which is just basically a port of Pokemon Yellow, but with Eevee instead of Pikachu. But also in related Pokemon news, they announced Pokemon Shield and Sword.
Yeah, and Detective Pikachu's coming out, which I'm also super excited for. Did you see the Arcanine picture that they posted?
No.
Yeah, they nailed it.
Oh, shit. Okay.
It looks so good. Take that, Sonic the Hedgehog movie with your weird eyeballs. Oh, God, it's so creepy looking. Yeah. Anyway, carry on.
But I'm super excited for Shield and Sword because those are the new generation games, but they're not on the DS, they're on the Switch.
Yeah, so television Pokemon.
Gorgeous graphics that are on there.
Yeah, and the level design looked really good, and it looked like they were...
It's basically, and what I've been waiting for since Zelda on the 64, Ocarina of Time?
Ocarina of Time was the first one.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that on there, I'm like, I want a Pokemon game like this.
Yeah.
And now, 15, 20 years later, we got it.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm playing through Smash a little bit. There's a couple of indie games that I've been playing. Broforce.
Broforce is so good. Have you played Broforce yet?
Yes, I've played.
Wait, do you have Smash? Did you get Smash?
Yeah. How have you not known?
I live here. How did I not know?
I don't know.
I also just found out that you have Marvel vs. Capcom.
Wait, you didn't know
3.
he had to... I knew
You knew it,
I was
yeah.
talking to you about it.
I almost bought Smash the other day, and then I realized I don't have money. But I came super close to even messaging you should I get Smash? Because I feel like we really need Smash in this house.
I would have been like, no, because I
had no idea.
No shit.
Well, okay, so in the process of all this cleanup, we've had to varnish my bedroom, which means I haven't been able to sleep in my bedroom for 2 weeks.
Which is something he is used to.
Which is something I'm used to. However, now all of my worldly possessions are shoved into the house. Yeah. So Brian has taken the Nintendo Switch out of the living room.
True, I've just been playing handheld style.
And he's been playing handheld, so I haven't heard, I haven't seen anything. Like when I first moved in,
I've been trying to unlock a bunch of characters.
Yeah, I'm down to help with that. Anyway, all of my, your Wii U hasn't been in here, and neither has the Switch, and... I play PlayStation occasionally in here, but I haven't even got my TV. I have a brand new TV.
Yep. Still in the box.
And it's still in the box. Special thanks to my roommate who won it and didn't want it. Anyway, so you have Smash apparently.
Yeah.
And have been playing these other games on your Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
And how's that?
I'd love it.
Good.
I fucking love the Switch.
I really want one day.
Yeah. You'll get there.
Yeah.
Clay, what you got going on? What are you reading?
Yeah, Clay, what are you reading?
I bought the first Game of Thrones book. I'm burning through the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Oh, yeah.
I've got the Silmarillion on the back burner.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got the Tolkien Bestiary sitting on my...
Ooh.
That's
right.
Oh, I saw that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, it's got a bunch of art. My sister actually just got me a Tolkien coloring book.
Sweet.
So that should be pretty telling of the kind of person I am.
Yeah.
We have been debating actually getting, coloring books for the podcast.
Yeah. Because I have a bunch of coloring books that I don't really use all that often.
Yeah, I mean, I have coloring books that are just coloring books, but they're not, geek-related. But,
Mine
getting
are.
geek-related coloring books...
I got a Deadpool one. I got a Lord of the Rings one. I got a Game of Thrones one.
I think I have the same...
Wonder Woman one.
I think I have the same Tolkien
cool.
coloring book that you have, yeah.
But it would be cool to have guests of the podcast color pages, and then we can post their picture as kind of making it our guest book.
Their guest book.
A visual
pull the page out and stick it into a little sleeve in a binder somewhere.
Yeah, and it's a visual representation of the past time on the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, we also would have to have them be relevant, which I doubt we'll be able to do because we talk about too much stuff. Although if we had 3 Star Wars ones and 3 Marvel ones, we'd be pretty much set for at least a third of our episodes.
Seriously.
What? No, you guys.
I love Star Wars.
What? Fantasies.
We haven't really talked about fantasy stuff because I haven't been caught up with Game of Thrones.
You're missing the third heat, as Jack Donaghy would call it.
The Game of Thrones series was off limits until I got through it, handled.
Yeah.
And then Lord of the Rings is also kind of off limits because I haven't watched the Hobbit movies yet.
Oh my god.
The Hobbit story is a far more tragic one than my Game of Thrones story. Game of Thrones story, it's Bryce didn't finish the book and he was a purist. The Hobbit story is I watched the original 3 Lord of the Rings movies with my best friend's family, and they went and saw the first Hobbit movie without me. Granted, we were all adults, but it was it hurt. And then my best friend, who actually they also went without him, went and saw it without me too. And I was just well, I guess I'm just not watching Hobbit movies. Also, life is busy and I don't have money, so this is a convenient excuse. And then suddenly there were 3 of them, and I haven't seen a single one.
Well, I got the first one expanded.
That's nice because I would probably prefer that, given how the reviews were so utterly mixed.
First one is good. Second one is great.
Yes.
Second one's the best one.
Yeah.
Third one...
It's just a weird...
Okay, so here's the thing about the third one that I'm surprised more people don't complain about this. The third one is called The Battle of the 5 Armies, and I won't spoil anything.
I've read the book.
Well, there you go. It's a battle of 5 armies.
Mm-hmm. And in the book, nothing gets described.
I'll say what happened.
Okay.
And
it's actually just Bilbo unconscious the whole time.
It's a 3-hour battle.
I'm in.
That Bilbo is unconscious for the entire time in the book.
Right.
In the book, he sees all the forces arrive, gets hit on the head with a rock, is knocked unconscious, wakes up, the battle is over.
So is it kind of like when Tyrion gets knocked out in
Yes.
the Battle of Blackwater Bay?
Yes. When he's got the hill tribes fighting for him.
Yeah, because he goes
gets knocked out, wakes up, and Bronn says, "Lucky to be alive." And Tyrion says, "Did we win?" And Bronn says, "You wouldn't be here if we didn't." And that's what we get. That's what we get of that battle.
In the book, it's really good, that battle, because he does still get, like, his whole face cut off.
Yeah.
That's when he gets his face cut off?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it wasn't in the Battle of Blackwater?
That is the Battle of Blackwater.
We're talking about the hill tribes right now.
Oh, you're talking about that fight. No, he doesn't get knocked out in the hill tribe battle, though, right?
Yes, he does.
Sorry. He doesn't get knocked out in the Battle of Blackwater.
No.
Right?
No.
That's right. Okay, I was thinking of the hill tribe battle. You're right. Yes, but he gets knocked out in the hill tribe battle.
Yes, he does.
And then all the hill people, like, obey him, clear up until Blackwater Bay. Yeah. And then we don't really explain where they go.
No.
Just like the Horse Lords after Daenerys goes to the weird town with the mysterious room that fucks with her head, which we never really explain. Oh. Which, by the way, is a great chapter of that book. Mm-hmm. It's probably the best chapter of that book.
Wait, you talking about Khaleesi?
Yeah.
Going to the tower.
Yeah, where, like, weird things happen in there. Yeah, in the book,
it's way weirder.
It's so weird. It's the trippiest thing. Like, it freaked me out.
Which is probably why they didn't include it in the show, because it was probably too...
Because they didn't know where it was actually going, because George couldn't explain it either.
Yeah.
Anyways. I mean, the funny thing is, now that we're all caught up on Game of Thrones, I'd love to review it, but I can't speak for Season 8, because I'm avoiding trailers and teasers like the plague.
Good.
Number 4.
I'm not looking at anything.
I did. I didn't give a fuck.
I know you don't, and I don't get it. I'm talking to my mom who's going through them for the first time.
It's so fun to hear you yell back and forth with your mother on the phone. Like, sometimes I'll hear you and you're like, no, but, like, isn't it the weirdest thing how you think that they're the best couple, but, like, 3 episodes ago you were horrified by his presence? Like, you were talking about Drogo and Daenerys, I assume so?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And she is at midway through Season 4. She has seen a trailer for Season 8. She picked it out and she watched it. I was like, you want to know what's going to happen? And she's like, yes.
Yeah, people do that.
What is that mentality?
Everyone has their own approach. My approach is I enjoy the oh shit feeling of, like, when things totally catch me off guard.
Oh, you mean the whole point to watch anything?
No, but it's not the whole point to watch anything. Sometimes you watch it because you really enjoy the character work or whatever. The plot twists don't bring joy to people as much as they do to you and I. The plot twist in I can't even describe it, because that would spoil, because when you tell that there is a plot twist, you are spoiling the plot twist because people are expecting a plot twist. Uh-huh. Which is why M. Night Shyamalan movies don't go. Oh yeah, that Shyamalan movie came out too. Glass.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
I saw that.
Okay, things. Oh, Glass, yeah, because I caught the last, like, hour of it maybe.
No, you saw Split.
That was Split.
That was Split.
Didn't see Glass either.
Yeah.
Glass is the end of the trilogy, the apparent trilogy.
I heard it was okay.
And
it's got, what's her name from
Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson.
She graduated from my school.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've told me that before. But they don't know.
It was good. It was good. I liked. Well. Can I discuss the fact that there are twists? I mean, it's a Shyamalan movie.
What a twist!
There's multiple twists. The first one, I was like, does that count as a twist? Okay. But then the final twist, I was like, that's pretty cool. All right, I'm down for that.
I need to rewatch Unbreakable. That's an amazing movie. But...
So good. Did you not like Unbreakable? Are you not a fan of our Lord and Savior Bruce Willis?
I was a little bored.
He saved a shopping center for our sins. That's the spirit of Christmas.
All right. This is totally different.
I'm pretty sure that he's the same character in every side. John McClane.
Can we discuss the ending of Unbreakable since it's like 20 years old?
They call me Mr. Glass. That's all I remember.
Yeah. Are we allowed to do that?
There's 3 things I remember about the original Unbreakable. One is when he's lifting weights and you're like,
yeah.
Oh,
First
wow.
of all,
yeah,
the
you're
original?
really strong. Uh-huh. Oh, sorry. In the first of this trilogy, like the first old, in the old Unbreakable film. The second is when he goes, all right, you made your point. you get a raise. And he's like, what? He goes, you asked me the other day how many sick days I've taken, or you've taken. None. In 20 years, you never take a sick day. Okay, I get it. I get your point. All right. That, and then the final ending when he goes, they call me Mr. Glass. That's all I remember from that movie at all.
It was good.
The premise of that movie is, oh my gosh, he might be a superhero. No, he's not. Is he?
He might be a superhero.
You know what?
Samuel Jackson.
No, you know what? I don't think he is a superhero. Wait. Is he a superhero? Oh my god. Oh my god. No, because that proves he can't be. Wait.
That's pretty accurate.
Okay, so then Oh, the twist! Credits roll.
Yeah.
That's unbreakable.
That's every good Shyamalan movie, is you go, okay, I think I figured out the twist. Wait a minute, that is evidence against the twist. No, okay, that's the twist. No, wait, what? And it's that. Back and forth.
Okay, that's The Village that you're describing right now.
That's lots of films.
That's half his movies.
Besides, like, if you're in a Shyamalan movie and you figure out the twist in the beginning, but you pay enough attention to everything else that might counter the twist, if it's a good Shyamalan movie, then those counters to the twist will keep you unsure. And then at the end, you're like, I guessed it at the beginning. And many people, i.e. douchebags, go, I guessed it at the beginning. Yeah, you guessed it at the beginning, and then you second guessed the whole time, which is why you sat in the theater, you dipshit. But if he doesn't do that, then you're just like, yeah, I have no idea what the hell's going on. Then you're watching The Happening.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
I've heard Devil is really awful, and I've heard
Devil was Shyamalan?
Really awful. After Earth was awful too, and it's also Shyamalan. I have problems.
I had no Devil, the elevator movie.
Hmm?
I had no idea.
That I think was produced by Shyamalan. I don't think it was directed by Shyamalan. I think it was somebody else.
Still, I didn't know it was Shyamalan or anything.
Oh.
I'm not fact checking this right now. It's Shyamalan.
Anyway, so that's kind of what we got going on. What we had going on.
We didn't even talk about my favorite Shyamalan movie.
Yeah.
The Last Airbender.
That movie never happened. This podcast is over.